Introduction. Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar is one of the most significant figures in Indian history, often revered as the principal architect of the Indian Constitution. His life, works and speeches are an embodiment of India's struggle against social injustice and inequality. Born into the so-called untouchable caste, Ambedkar rose from the depths of systemic discrimination to become a lawyer, economist, social reformer, and ultimately a champion of human rights. His journey is not just one of personal achievement, but of a nation grappling with entrenched hierarchies of power, privilege, and oppression. This first volume of Dr. Ambedkar, Writing and Speeches, takes an in-depth look into his formative years, his ideological evolution, and his early works. Throughout his life, Dr. Ambedkar produced a vast array of speeches, letters, and academic works that covered a broad spectrum of issues. This volume captures his speeches on caste discrimination, social equality, economic reforms, and his untiring work for the downtrodden and marginalized. Dr. Ambedkar's writing offers a compelling critique of India's socio-political framework. His scholarly works, such as The Annihilation of Caste, reflect his deep understanding of both the oppressive nature of the caste system and his revolutionary ideas for social restructuring. His speeches in Parliament and other public forums showcase his brilliant legal mind, his progressive outlook on economic policy, and his unwavering commitment to human dignity. Throughout the 20th century, Ambedkar played a pivotal role in Indian politics. His work in the Constituent Assembly of India resulted in one of the most progressive constitutions of its time, especially regarding social justice, equality, and individual rights. His vision for India was not limited to political change. He deeply understood the economic dimensions of inequality and sought to address labor rights, land reforms, and the need for a fairer distribution of wealth. This volume seeks to provide readers with a detailed understanding of the early speeches and writings of Dr. Ambedkar, highlighting his transition from a young student facing discrimination to a national leader advocating for the voiceless. His intellectual pursuits were not confined to domestic politics, but expanded to international issues, including his critiques of colonialism, capitalism, and religious orthodoxy. Through his speeches, Ambedkar advocated for educational reform, social mobility for the oppressed, and economic security for all Indians. He believed in the power of education as the primary tool to uplift the marginalized, and his own life is a testament to the transformative impact of education. His political advocacy extended to women's rights, labor rights, and the fight for a more inclusive democracy, which makes his speeches profoundly relevant in modern times. Dr. Ambedkar was also a prolific writer. His speeches and writings demonstrate a fearless critique of India's